Yeah, so you can break the curse by understanding that Christmas is an important moment to spend with the family. You don't necessarily to spend more money. And you can be present rather than give presents. And that's quite a powerful one.
So Christmas is obviously a difficult time for people.
That statement, Christmas is a difficult time for most people. Why is it just Christmas? So it's mostly a psychological thing, right? Say Christmas is a big important part of the year, I need to have the money.
Sure.
So I don't have, now I'm realizing I'm struggling.
Sure.
So what about struggling the whole year round? And what's the plan in January to make the next Christmas better? I mean, that's quite important as well. So my provocative question to you to say why just Christmas is mostly because the perception of people around Christmas is I'm skint because I need to give the presents to lots of people, so I need to spend money, or I need to go on holiday or whatever. So everything is from the whole year round, everything leads to Christmas where you need to spend the money. Why? I mean, if you don't have the money, you can't spend the money. But especially if you don't have the money, why don't you try to generate the money? And there are so many ways nowadays that you can generate money easily, working hard, but easily in terms of steps that you need to take to generate this money. We talked about property investing in the past, and I come from no money whatsoever. And it didn't make difference if it was January, March, or Christmas. I didn't have the money. So what I'm thinking is, why do people wait until Christmas to realize they don't have the money to do what they want to do, what they wish to do? So when I started investing in property, obviously from the very first buy-to-let, very first rent, that was practically, and I'm not kidding, one buy-to-let is exactly what my state pension would be in 30 years from now, which is ridiculous. It's a kind of a scam that you're waiting all those years to collect peanuts. And that's just one buy-to-let. Now, small parenthesis, there's a lot of bad noise, bad connotations about landlords making money from properties and so on. Now, people need to realize that being a landlord, a good landlord, is providing a service, a home for a family to create memories. It's like any supermarket that is providing food for people, but you still need to pay for it, right? Yes, it's a basic need, but try to walk away from a supermarket with a full trolley and not paying. It's not going to happen. So landlords are running a business exactly as supermarkets, and they need to charge in order to pay for the mortgage, in order to afford to be able to buy more and provide more good houses for families. So if we go back and close parentheses to Christmas and to investing in property, the very first property that I bought, that basically is my pension in 30 years time. Obviously I multiply that several times. I have now a property portfolio worth over 2.6 million and many properties, and that gives me that reassurance that even if it's Christmas and it's a moment of need, I have the possibility to do it. And if I'd done it coming from a different country, different language, different culture, different music, different people, different family, no money, then honestly everybody here in the UK should do it. Everybody. It's not that difficult. I see so many families try to impress their kids, and this shocks me. I mean, you don't need the latest iPhone for the kids. You don't need that. I never had branded stuff, branded toys when I was a kid. There was one for the whole family and we were happy. Not because there was no money. So we were happy because kids don't understand the brand. They just want something to play with. Most of the time I was playing with little pebbles, little stones outside the house. So, you don't need to impress the kids by spending a lot of money. The most important thing you can give to your kids is the principles, is the morals, the values. They grow up understanding those principles, and then they can build something very important in their lives. What I'm trying to say here is you don't need to spend as much as you're planning over Christmas for things that are not generating you money. So yes, you can spend money on education, for example, or on self-improvement, because it's an investment. The investment gives you a return. But once you spend money, money is gone. It's not an investment anymore. So whatever you you budget for Christmas or for January, for February, for March, it doesn't matter. Whatever you budget for that particular event, make sure you're budgeting for something that is an investment. It gives you a return. Then you can buy assets that pay for your liabilities. For example, if you want to give your latest iPhone to your kids, you can do it after you created assets that can pay for those liabilities.
What would Christmas look like for you now then? You've told us what it looked like before. What would it look like for you now?
It looks exactly the same in a way that my morals and my values are exactly the same. So for me, I live a normal life. I don't overspend. I still save money when I have to save, on things that I don't need to spend. And for me, Christmas is mostly visiting the family. It could be the family in Italy, it could be the family in Mexico, but generally we push a lot as a family with the 2 kids to learn about the cultures of our own countries. So this is quite important, and it's not a materialistic thing. Do I need to travel in first class or pay the champagne? I don't, and I don't need it, and I don't do it. Can I do it? Yes, but it's not as important for me. And again, this goes back to whatever is important for you. Do you want to show off by traveling in first class or having a better seat or whatever? Do it by all means, as long as you bought assets to pay for those liabilities. The only toy that I have is my car. But apart from that, apart from the Maserati, that's it. The rest of my life is exactly as before in terms of lifestyle. But in terms of possibilities of helping other people, it's way better. Way, way better. Because now we support the local schools, we support the local communities, we donate a lot of money to them, we buy things for dyslexic kids. So we do so much for our local communities here in the UK that I feel good now because I can do it. And if we want to help our families abroad, we can do it. If we need to pay for extra medical assistance, we can do it. Now in the past, there was no chances we could do that. So we had, the very reason why we started in property is to have more time and more money. More time for the family, more money to help so many other people. So, and again, this is not like a commercial, I want to help so many people. No, this is the reality. It has to resonate with you, to why you're doing this. And if you're doing it for a bigger purpose, fantastic. If you're doing it for yourself or just to have more money, it's a bit weak as a reason.
It's a proactive approach to not just Christmas, but your finances in general.
One exercise that I do with my students in the academy is to download the last 6 months bank statements and to create an Excel file with 2 columns. Okay, so the first column is expenses that I need to do, and the other one is expenses that I want to do. Okay, now in these 2 columns, basically you have the absolutely necessary things, which is food, fuel, mortgage payments, insurance, and so on. And the other one is all subscriptions that you don't need. Could be the gym that you keep paying for 2 years, convincing yourself you're paying because you need to go, but you don't cancel it because mentally you're thinking, if I cancel it, I'm giving up. If I don't cancel it, I know I'm going to do it, but you won't, because you're not committed enough. There are 2 things here. One is the logical reason why you're doing, and the other one is the psychological reason why you're doing it, okay? And obviously you try to convince the logic that is right, but in reality it's not. But yes, so what you can do, what I do with my students is this exercise where they download all these 6 months bank statements. They realize how many things they are spending on things that they don't need, but they just want. And I then say, okay, if you are struggling, then trying to reduce all these things you don't need, they're not giving you a return on investment, okay? It's not, for example, I wouldn't cancel an educational program because that's giving me a return, in personal development, in business development. But if it's movies, let's say, okay, you have Netflix, Amazon Prime, you got Hulu, you got, what's the other one, Sky, you got Disney Plus. And do you need them all? Maybe not. Maybe just one if you really want to have that. And there's a Spotify, there's so many other things. Now, obviously, I'm not doing a bad commercial about all these brands. What I'm saying is, they are great things to have only when you have enough to survive. on, okay? So don't spend all the money in all these things you don't need before you spend the money on things you do need. So once you do that exercise, then you can be more proactive. So you know exactly where you're spending the money and how much you have left, because you will see a big increase in budgeting if you do this exercise. Then when the next things happen, maybe a boiler breaks down, then you have the money to do it because you accounted for it. So again, you could save this money in a separate account, segregated account where you don't touch it unless it's absolutely necessary. Personally, I don't like much saving in the bank. I prefer saving in the property. So I reinvest the money in the property. As soon as I have enough for a deposit, just buy the next one, and then that grows up in value. The rent will pay for any liability that comes my way. So at the beginning, I do realize it's a bit more difficult. It's harder to start on this property ladder, but you need to be super diligent. That's why I'm saying cancel everything you don't need, and then you can reactivate later on. If you have enough money that you can say, yeah, pay Disney Plus, yeah, you can do it. But you don't need at the beginning. There is no relationship between money and happiness, because there are poor people they are very sad, and poor people are very happy, and rich people are very sad, rich people are very happy. You know, maybe that rich person is helping communities like, you know, we are doing. So there's no link between the two things. It's funny how statistics show that the less people have in terms of money, the more they spend on things that don't generate money. It's shocking. Now, rich people generally invest in things that generate more money so they can help more communities. Poor people or middle class people generally spend money on liabilities, not on assets. And then they complain because they don't have more money. But it's obvious. Let's say, like making an example of having a bunch of seeds. Rather than planting the seeds and have the fruit later, you just eat the seeds. It's not going to generate you absolutely anything. So I don't believe poor people should stay poor. What I believe is if they get educated, they can become wealthy. It's not a label, a status forever. It's something that they, unfortunately, for many reasons, they might be in that social class right now, but that doesn't mean they have to stay there. You know, I was in that class, and I decided not to stay there because, you know, I understood the power of education, because you don't know what you don't know. Yeah, of course. So what is it that I do need to know in order for me to change my position in this society? That's what happened. So I don't feel I'm any more special than anybody else here. It's just that I've decided I didn't want to be in that position anymore. I've took the decision of educating myself, and then I took the decision to make a change, not just to me, my family, my friends, but also other people, you know, they now approach me. So it's a decision that everybody should take.
Every year we get the build up to Christmas. People chop money at Christmas more often than not, and then you got a 5-week month after it. So how do you break that curse?
To wait for the next payment, you mean?
Yeah, January payday.
Yeah, so you can break that curse by understanding that Christmas is an important moment to spend with the family, not necessarily to spend more money. And you can be present rather than give presents, and that's quite a powerful one. And just use money in a way that allows you to give more. So don't think money as a limited thing, a limited resource. Think about money as if it's an unlimited resource that you can create, you can generate, you can help. So my tip is be present with your family, number one. And number two, start making the plan for the new year now. Don't wait to be in the middle of January to make your New Year's resolution, because it's too late. Most people already gave up the New Year's resolution by the 15th of January. So the best thing to do is to try to plan a few weeks in advance. What do I want to achieve in next 12 months? It doesn't matter if the 12 months starts from January to December. It could be that starts from March to February. You know, it's not a solar year. It's what do I want to achieve in the next 12 months, regardless of when you're starting, regardless of when you're watching this video. Because you might be watching this video in summer or in autumn. It doesn't matter. So make a plan for your next 12 months and make a change now. Don't wait for the new year to make a change, because you will be disappointed. Because most people give up in the first 2 weeks of January because they're all fired up, but then they realize, oh, another bad year. It's not. The year is not from January to December. The year is from today for the next 12 months. So if you can do that, it means that every single day you have another 12 months to fix it or to get better.
So you usually have an open invitation to people to contact you.
So for this video particularly, I don't want to make an open invitation like I do for all the others. Generally I say, yeah, if you want to get in touch, comment below, share and subscribe, etc. And I get a lot of people contacting me through that. Now for this particular video, I want to do something different, which is not inviting them to come to me, but inviting them to actually make a plan for themselves. And then in the new year, if they really want to do and take this seriously, then I would be more than happy to help, because there are so many videos on this channel, so people can definitely find my contacts there. If not, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, on all sorts of platforms. So yes, they can get in touch, but I want people to actually take control of their life and finally change it. If you don't like where you are, move. They say you're not a tree, you can move. And it's true. So I wish you all happy Christmas and a fantastic new year.